But with this budget, even the most optimistic Albertans have to be very, very concerned. The Wildrose is very concerned. Within this budget are admissions of hard times, very hard times ahead. Unemployment in the private sector will continue to rise. Profits for businesses will continue to decline for a half a decade to come. As a result, every Albertan will be poor because of this budget. And we know more taxes are just on the horizon. Yet this Premier has taken no meaningful action to restrain the growth of government. When families are hurting and the private sector sheds jobs, a realistic plan to get Albertans back to work and grow the economy should have been considered. The NDP and Premier Notley have not done that. They have not taken any steps to protect Albertans or Albertans' jobs. Albertans will be disappointed with this budget, and frankly, I am too. And as we mentioned, their numbers are fantasy. How they're relying on revenues to increase is just not realistic. And frankly, it's very concerning because they're not using accurate numbers, and they are not taking any steps to take what is the most expensive public service in Canada and do anything about it. They're actually not freezing salaries of public servants or taking any serious, meaningful steps to start the process of cutting the fat. I don't believe that right now, during economic times that are so difficult and people are being laid off, that we should look at any frontline services being terminated whatsoever at any time in the near future for certain. I think Albertans depend on that, but we need to freeze salaries at this stage and take a meaningful look at not hiring any new hirees or expanding the public service at all. There are people within the public service that when people leave, they can fill those positions, and this is what Albertans expect. At home around the kitchen table right now, Albertans are tightening their belt because they are suffering and people are losing their jobs. That's what Albertans expect their government to do, and that's what we in the Wildrose expect our government to do, is when Albertans are suffering, to tighten their belt and make sure that we walk together, because this is an issue where all Albertans have to work together to make sure we tackle this issue of low oil revenues and expenditures by previous governments.